This is Fire Talk Radio Podcast, and you can check us out on firetalkradio.com. You can email us at firetalknetwork@gmail.com. You can send us a voicemail at 814-380-9820. You can always check us out live on YouTube and Rumble. Hit the like and subscribe button to find out when we go live, and subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting and streaming platform.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Fire Talk Radio episode 81. We're going to talk about the history of Palestine versus Israel. We're going to go into how Harvard students decided to fuck around and find out. We're going to look at possible new speaker induction of Jim Jorgensen and the Biden classified document interview. See where that went. A lot more in this tonight on Fire Talk Radio.
I can only count to four. I can only count to four. I can only count to four. I can only count to.
Hey,
Every time I come to the end, I always have the Drowning Pool song actually enters my head, and I want to start going with the original lyrics, and I'm like, oh, I can't do that. Can't do that.
So yeah, this was a kind of a rough week news-wise. We had, for the most part, one thing monopolizing the entire news cycle. That was Israel and Palestine. But there were a few other things that that happened. Like you mentioned, Jim Jordan, or as Ryan likes to call him, Jorgensen.
I do, Jim Jordan,
from
but-
Ohio.
Oh, so we'll talk about that, but let's get into it's been a week. We did it last Thursday. We skipped this week so we're moving to Sunday. So those that are catching on the download, if you want to check us out live, we'll be live Sunday nights at 7. So remember to hit the like and subscribe, and you'll know that when we're live. So you can either check us out on Rumble or on YouTube or Twitch. But let's go on this. This is how everyone's week was. My week was interesting. How's everybody else's week going? Jason's in school, so it sucks.
Yeah,
I know
my
that.
week literally consists of work, read, write. That's it. And evidently, I have to, be a parent in there too. So
Yeah, right. Got to. How was your week, Kat?
Long,
Long,
very long.
long. Okay, all right. Your dog got fixed, so that's been a. Was that the week? No, yeah, that was last week.
Before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is he still wearing, or when did he stop wearing the cone of triumph?
5
No,
minutes
it is
down
the
road.
cone of shame. If we're gonna quote this right, it's from Up, and it's the cone of shame.
Yeah, 5 minutes down the road, she had it torn off.
Nice.
Wow,
From picking
that
her up
was quick.
from the appointment,
That
yeah.
was really fast.
Yeah,
Um,
I came home. I tried putting one of my T-shirts on her, like I did with my other female when she got fixed, and tore that off too. So
It's like, that's a
I gave
whole lot
up.
of no.
Yeah, my dog, when we got her, we didn't know if she was fixed or not. And for some reason, the vet didn't know either. So the vet's solution was, well, just wait till springtime and see what happens. And then come springtime, I come down to the living room. Our nice white carpet looked like a murder scene. And I went, I'm going to say she's not fixed.
yeah,
So, and then we took her in, and she wore the cone of shame for a short time, and then we switched it, same cone, but we named it the cone of triumph. That's actually from The Simpsons. Do you remember the
I
one
know it's from
where
The Simpsons? Yes.
where Homer they joined like a Freemasons type of society or whatever, and he breaks a bunch of stuff, and they give him the stone of shame, and that he has to carry around with him, and then they figure out that he's their leader, so they give him the stone of triumph, which is even bigger. Obviously, I'm
No.
I'm on my
I
own.
was pulling it up. I was pulling it up. It is this daring thing. The Stone of Triumph that he
Yep.
can't drag.
Yep. And a part of that says something like we pluck his head from of all but 3 hairs. And then they looked at his head and they went, can we revise that a little bit?
I mean, he only had 3 hairs, so I mean,
Right,
yeah,
right.
so-
That was the joke. Yeah.
So, all right. So, Jim Jordan has received enough votes to attempt to become the new Speaker of the House. Jason's fond of Jim Jordan because they're both wrestlers, but he's from
Yeah,
Ohio.
yeah.
so
I've been
I don't
I've
know
been to
how
his
that
camps.
works.
I've been to his camps. I've met the guy personally. A couple years ago, his brother actually still runs a lot of camps. His brother was at one point the most winning coach in U.S. history. He might still be. He just stopped coaching high school and runs camps now.
Nice.
Jeff Jordan. And so we take our wrestling team down to that team camp every year. This year I had to miss, but my son goes down and it's a great camp, learn a lot of great stuff. And you know, wrestlers are fighters, so anytime a wrestler is in politics, I'm all for it because like they're gonna fight like hell for
See,
things.
what makes it weird is so they had these closed door meetings, right? All the Republicans were shoved in a room, no phones. There weren't a lot of phones. And the speculation is Trump was also in this door as well. Because they keep dropping his name as interim speaker. Which would I would entertain, but
Trump is not going to take
I
the
don't think he'll be
speakership.
speaker.
No. First off, okay.
It would be funny
Trump,
because
even if he was nominated and got enough votes, I don't think he would
accept it.
become the speaker.
Well, no.
Accept it.
Trump did come out say like he would entertain it as an interim position because he said I'm running for president. There's no doubt on that. That's why it would be funny to entertain because we made that theory literally in that fall in that spring or that season for 2022 for the new
Yes.
year when they had to do the vote. I was like, the gag is Trump becomes Speaker of the House, impeaches Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and then takes off his presidency, finishes his presidency. Didn't happen, but it was a great conspiracy theory.
It won't happen either because there's no way they're getting 60 votes in the Senate, even if they do impeach him in the House.
No, I mean, because we
To
did make
remove
fun
him.
of that with the Senate. Fucking California Senator Dianne Feinstein passed away, so we voted a Marylander to take her
Right.
place.
Right. So the thing with Jordan though that perplexes me, I guess, is the last time he said he did not want the speakership because he can't sit on any committees.
Correct.
What changed that he wants the speakership now, or he's willing to entertain it?
Marjorie Greene Taylor.
Marjorie Taylor Greene,
Oh, whatever. Marjorie Taylor Greene, whatever. Yeah.
MTG.
She's been trying to dig her fingers in. She doesn't want the job itself, but so she's trying to be the overall trying to figure out who. Because first they were doing Scalise, and then Scalise. There's too many skeletons in his closet.
And really, Scalise isn't voting record wise any different than what's his name was
Kevin McCarthy. Because
Yeah,
those
McCarthy.
two were like butt buddies. Rhinos
What?
rhinos will
There's-
stay
there-
rhinos. I mean,
Are you saying that there's homosexual stuff going on in Congress? Ooh, no way.
how else do you get the bill passed? I said I was gonna try to get
It's
some
like
zingers in.
it's like the casting couch, but it's not. It's Kat. What would the political version of the casting couch be?
I'd have to think about that. I don't think I've ever thought about that situation. Like, I
The
mean, I've
Bill
thought about it, but
bench?
not what to call it.
Casting couch, the Bill bench.
Got to remember,
Yeah.
Pelosi's going to be on that couch eventually, and that'd be kind
Right.
of gross.
Oh
Ugh.
God.
Yeah, I had to kill that moment real quick.
Thanks. I did not need that image in my head.
Well, I mean, eh.
Ooh, I can't get that out Oh God.
But yeah, no casting.
Sorry,
couch.
I'm just imagining
couch.
her with tight black leather and a whip, telling people, "Come here."
Mm. Mm-mm.
Then you have Talee, you have the squad. Then you have the squad girls. Oh my god. Ugh. I mean, AOC would do it because that's her. That would be her backup since she was always a bartender. I mean, I guess bartending and that kind of stuff kind of falls hand in hand. Who fucking knows?
I know a lot of bartenders. I don't think they do that on the side. I don't know, maybe.
Who knows? I don't ask
but,
Clinton desk? I don't know.
Clinton desk.
Ooh.
There we go.
I'm still
The
stuck
Clinton
on trying to
desk. There
figure
we
out
go.
The casting couch version of like.
the Clinton couch.
Yeah, but she did it under the desk, so.
Yeah, that's true. And there was a cigar involved, so the cigar sanctuary.
The dick desk.
There we go.
There we
The dick
go.
desk.
There we go. Yeah.
Hey, it's named after Nixon and the house. All right. That would be that'd be a Pornhub exclusive right there. I claim all rights.
Oh,
I claim 10% rights to it.
I was gonna say
claim
any.
Yeah, there we go.
She's gonna be in there. Okay, it's time for the money shot. Oh, God.
Fantastic. This is
Whoever opens up that porn site.
I offer my services as tribute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Behind the camera. Behind the camera.
Dickdust.com.
Let me
Christ.
clarify.
I'm gonna look that up and like I need to reserve that just in case.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What do you need?
.com.
Okay.
Just the things. I mean, it could be no worse than a lot of things that are out there. Because remember, we all grew up with the '90s with fucking '90s. Fucking 90%, 98% of the internet was just porn.
Isn't it still?
Hell if I know.
All right. Hold on. I'm signing into GoDaddy because if it's not
Jesus
taken already,
Christ.
I'm reserving that before someone else takes it.
The dick desk.
Well, I'm just starting with dickdesk.com. And
How's that working?
it's already taken.
Ah, damn it.
Wait. No, it's available. Dickdesk.com. So let me
For how much? That's the question. Like
$22 or
Oh,
let me see here. Let me put it in the cart and see.
oh Jesus.
Add it to your cart. No.
Off
thanks. I don't
topic.
want all the-
Friday last week was Friday the 13th. Jace, did you do anything for Halloween or for that great social day?
Yeah, well, I went to the Union of Jasons to figure out which camp I had to terrorize. And there was nothing around for me. So I was kind of disappointed. So instead, I went to a play of Evil Dead, which was hilarious and amazing. And they shot fake blood on us. So it's kind of like a play with being in the front rows, like at a Gallagher thing. Holy shit, I'm not buying that. It is, oh wait, $50 for 3. What's it for 1 year?
Yeah, I love when GoDaddy just decides to change like the time parameter of the
Not
the
bad.
site.
$12 for the year. So I'm gonna go ahead
Jesus
and
Christ.
reserve dickdust.com.
All right.
You plan on
Coming
starting your
soon.
own
Fire
site?
Talk Network proudly brings to you DickDust.com.
Just so nobody else can steal it from us.
Oh my God.
Continue to
We're gonna-
cart.
we're just
Okay,
gonna have a-
I'm
we're just
buying
gonna-
a domain.
We're going
right
to have
now.
a library of domains by the end of the year. I can just see it.
So this is normally what I do. Is
Buy
when
domains.
I come up with an idea for a domain and it's available, I buy it right away, because a lot of times I found if I search for the domain and it's available and I don't buy it right away, then
It gets picked up.
it gets picked up. It's like they know to shop it out.
Someone's thinking about this. We're going to take it before. Then he has to pay us money.
Okay. So I officially own dickdesk.com.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. That's
Someone
that's a
let
great
Monica
day.
know.
So now we need to find videos of Congress people using the
Oh,
dick desk.
please don't. I just have a feeling it's just going to go terribly wrong for everything involved.
Make sure I turn
But,
that
I
so
mean-
that it doesn't auto renew, because I don't want to have to pay for it another year. If
Yeah, right. If it doesn't go anywhere. And then recently, so the speakers being, they haven't even. But with that being said, there's so much going on. We need the house to be moving. If we can't have the house moving, we have no speaker. It's at a standstill. And then I saw where they were trying to stop the funding. Into our later story of the House is trying to stop funding to go to Israel's Iron Dome, and I'm like, I would rather fund the Iron Dome than.
well, they've been doing that for years. We have a clip here of AOC from like 2021, I think it is.
Yeah,
Not wanting to fund the Iron Dome. Here, okay, I don't want to get into this too much, because we're going to be talking a lot about Israel and Palestine and all that stuff. But
the Ottoman Empire.
Israel is basically surrounded by three sides by people that want to kill them.
Yes.
And here in America, what people don't realize is we are completely insulated from like the horrors of the real world, because we have Canada to our north, we have Mexico to our south, and then we have oceans on either side.
Yes.
So I'm not really worried about Canada invading us. Mexico,
know. I mean,
maybe,
there's a
but I
lot
don't
of
think
people
they'll
coming
get too far.
The problem is there's people coming through Mexico from all over the world.
Right, but it's different. We have terrorists coming, but it's different than shooting rockets into the US on a regular basis.
I mean, North Korea tries, Rocket Man tries to, but I don't think he can get it past Hawaii.
So that's where Israel, that Iron Dome has saved so many lives, because anybody that talks about Israel and they talk about the atrocities that Israel is doing and all this stuff, you have to remember Palestine doesn't need an Iron Dome. They don't need an Iron Dome because Israel doesn't attack them unless they were attacked first.
Correct.
So that's the whole thing, is Israel needs it because they're constantly being attacked. So here's AOC, or this is from years ago.
Yeah, this was a couple of years ago.
So let me make this full screen.
Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez gets emotional as the House passes $1 billion in funding to Israel's Iron Dome. Take a look.
There's a handful in the House that Ms. Lawson will vote nay on House Resolution 483 amendments. A handful in the House that Ms. Lawson will vote.
But ironically, the squad member didn't even vote no, changing your vote to present as the measure passed overwhelmingly. Here to react, columnist of The Federalist and author of Privileged Victims, Eddie Scary. Eddie, great to see you as always.
Okay. So for that, whenever they vote present, that's basically them saying, I don't want it on my record because it looks bad if I say no. So I'm not going to vote yes.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
And then they can, in their campaign, say, I never voted no for that. Obama was notorious for doing that. He basically voted president on everything when he was a senator for that short time.
Yeah.
What, year or two?
Something like that. Yeah. But
So
with this, we'll sidestep back into it, but a couple things happened last week that no one really talked about. First thing is that the Hunter Biden gun charge got dismissed because there are 3 other indictments, and 2 of them are misdemeanors. I wasn't able to locate the third one. That's not saying it's not out there, but I just didn't see it, and I don't want to speculate if it's a felony or a misdemeanor. But my thing is, like, they had him lock, stock, and drop for that felony gun conviction. I mean, who buys a gun and does a tell-all book telling them that they're high on cocaine and snorting Parmesan cheese out of a rug, and then goes buys a
you've
gun?
never gotten the hankering for Parmesan cheese and went, you know what? That white stuff in the rug just looks like it tastes and smells so good.
I know, right? And then he bought a gun, realized, oh, I shouldn't have this gun.
Oh,
Throws
it wasn't
it-
even him. It was his girlfriend at the time, who was his brother's widow.
Yeah, that's right. Got
Told
rid of
him
the
he
gun
had to get rid of it. Yeah.
in a dumpster on a school parking lot,
Oh, it was across from
or
us.
across the street from a school. It was close enough to the school for them to be. That's where it's
And then
like,
the Secret Service goes to the gun dealer to try to get all of the records of it, not copies of the records, the originals, so that there's no record of him
like this,
actually.
like
buying
it
them.
never happened.
Yes.
Kat, how do you feel of that situation? I know you were never here for our original discussion on it, so you're a new set of ears. How would you
I
feel?
like the shaking the head. Just like, I got nothing. This is just.
Me having an opinion would involve me having to care about him, and I don't.
No one cares about him, but I mean,
Right, but I don't care enough to even pay attention to that stuff because he's irrelevant in my book.
well, I mean, my biggest conspiracy of Hunter Biden is that he's an informant. Like, he's tattling on Biden and not telling anybody. Why would we give him
AKA
Secret
he-
Service?
Yeah, he's the one that's giving the information to whoever's blackmailing Biden.
Yeah. Well, on top of that, to me, the reason he's relevant is because he's a bag man for Biden.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
bag man for Joe. That way, Joe, whenever anybody looks into him, can say, "Look, I'm clean. I never picked up a bag of cash anywhere."
Yeah, but look what
Um,
Uh,
my son did.
Right.
Oh man, he was
But-
doing coke.
But
He was
but
doing
then the
coke in my
argument is
garage.
always, well, that's his son. We didn't elect his son. We elected him.
Yeah,
That's
that's what KGP loves to say. Hunter Biden is a private citizen. Go talk to his attorneys.
Okay, but then anytime any child in America acts up, who's the first person they look at? The parents. So
and
please explain to me the logic behind that because there is zero.
it
I don't know.
the weird thing is all of the shit that he's been in and everything, he acts like he's freaking 20 years old, and the guy's older than all of us. The guy's in his 50s.
Yes.
But he parties and gets strippers and prostitutes like he's a frat boy that never grew up. He probably is a frat boy that never grew up, but
Are he and Bill best buddies?
probably.
I mean, that whole circle. He's in that whole circle.
Ta-da.
Well, and he can't say or do anything because then he's going to end up suiciding himself in the back of the head with a rifle.
That's still my favorite one where fucking dude hung himself from the Hillary Clinton party. Hung
Mhm.
himself and they committed suicide, 2 shots to face. I was like, wait, how's your suicide?
No, there was the one guy that they claimed committed suicide by shooting himself in the back of the head.
Yeah, I remember that too.
And it was like, and then they go, and there was a rifle sitting next to him, and you're going, how? Like,
I
do you
still think
physically-
she had everything to do with Epstein offing
oh,
himself.
absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
I'm still waiting for that list to come. I'm still waiting for that nice little black book that Miss Maxwell has possession of to be released, because that needs to come out. I'm sorry. We should know all who the children diddlers are. And
The only way that there's too many powerful people, the only way that's coming out is on the dark web.
absolutely.
That's
But
the
thing
only
is,
way
you know
that's
damn
coming
well,
out.
if Trump was on that book would have been released the second she was arrested.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah. That would have been his 538th indictment of the year.
yeah, no. Well, that was the thing with the special counselor that they were doing for Hunter Biden. He had to relieve himself for what is it? No, I can't even think of the word. He couldn't. He just had to. He had to accuse himself from that due to God, I hate when I have brain farts.
English is hard.
English
It
is
is.
very hard. Trying to use big words in a tiny brain at this moment.
Don't try sounding smart.
I'm not
Use-
smart.
It doesn't take big words to win Scrabble. It takes a lot of small words.
But now that they
Not
still
that I
have to
actually
figure
ever
out
played Scrabble to know.
the new one. But now Joe Biden had to do. He volunteered himself for a meeting to go over the classified documents. We all have to remember those documents that he was in possession of was while he was still a senator and vice
And his son was doing
president.
blow off them in his garage. Let's not
So
forget
he
that.
had no right to said documents at all. He didn't have the presidential power of classification or declassification. That is where we're always like Pence. He should have not have been given a slap on the wrist because he says, "Oh, my bad."
Well, and the other part too is don't forget one of the, I don't know if it was KGP or if it was Biden himself that said it, but basically said, well, they were locked up and secure in his garage along with his Corvette.
Yeah, I know. Then
like-
they videotaped him going in and out because you just see the stack of papers as he's
Yeah,
coming out
it's
of
like the
garage.
door is open the whole time, stack of papers in behind his Corvette. You know, I'm gonna assume there's a strange white powder on top of him when his son's over. You know, and honestly, what better way to make a straw for Coke than with a classified document? It just hits
I thought it
so
was
much
a-
better.
I thought it was a Bible. I thought it was a page of a Bible. That was
Those are too
or was it
thin.
dollar bill?
Hundo.
No.
You can't do it
sorry.
with a $1. It's got to be a 20 or above.
Yeah, no, right.
Everybody knows.
No,
whether you're
page
cheap.
of the Bible, rolling papers.
No, it
That's what that was.
it depends on the quality of the product as to what bill you use.
Oh,
I'm not heard it from a friend.
This is all hearsay, people.
yes.
Hearsay.
This is
Little
all
birdie told me.
theoretical.
This is all hearsay. We did. Drugs are bad, okay?
I'm going.
Okay.
I'm
Drugs
going.
are bad.
Okay.
Don't do drugs.
Drugs are bad. But classified documents he should never have had. I mean, how Bill Clinton pulled the same stunt Trump did and actually won it in court.
Yeah,
so,
didn't he have them in his sock drawer or something?
yeah, he had shit in his he said nope, it's presidential. He claimed presidential authority over them and declassified them, and it was like tapes, like actual tape, like phone call conversation and conference tapes that he had, plus besides files. And I'm like, I would love to hear those tapes.
Well, and the thing is anybody that knows Trump knows that the only reason he took all of them is because Trump is literally the type of person that goes, I like that. That was mine.
What's
I'm
what's
taking
sad
it with
is
me.
the one, you know how they show those pictures of like all those boxes in the bathroom or in that hallway and everything. They only got him for 111 pages of quote classified documents, which is a box. So they inflated all those boxes as being classified boxes when there was just a box.
Right. Well, and then
So-
there was pictures of classified folders, but nothing in the folders.
No, because the FBI had to have their gotcha moment and be like, "Oh, gotcha." What if they were
but
just
again,
folders?
But again, with all of this, I know the conspiracy with the people on the left is he's using it to sell to Iran or something like that. Which
Well, no.
Trump
So the
hated all of them.
Well,
And
you got to remember, like that whole right before he got out of office, he signed all those 27 different treaties.
Yeah.
To preserve Israel, to get peace in the Middle East, and now all of a sudden it fucking went to shit. So don't give me this shit.
Right.
But
And the thing is like I said, Trump is the type of person I will admit Trump is narcissistic and he takes stuff just to take stuff. Just because he likes it and it reminds him of something, he's going to take it. That's
He's like
his
a male
personality.
cat. If he likes something, he's gonna pee on it.
Right,
Yes.
exactly. I licked it, it's
or
mine.
or be at 2 a.m. and taking a shit and decide to I'm gonna give out 50 tweets of absolute bullshit just to piss everybody off because I can.
Right, exactly. And so to be able to say something nefarious happened with Trump is so hard to do because his personality is, I like it, I'm keeping it. I like it, I'm doing that. Like that's Trump.
I wanna,
And
I'm
so-
gonna.
Right.
Exactly.
But you have
Why'd
to
you do
remember,
that?
he's
I
been
don't know,
that
I
way
wanted
for
to.
what? Ever?
Yes, exactly.
He learned from
He
Ariana
didn't
Grande.
he didn't stop being
wait,
Trump when he
wait.
became president.
What did you say about Ariana Grande?
I said Trump.
What? I didn't say anything about
I
Ariana
did.
Grande. Oh, she did.
I said Trump learned from Ariana Grande her song Seven Rings. I want it, I got it.
Okay.
There we go.
Yes.
There we go.
That's his new
All
theme
right.
song.
And so
Yeah, well, technically, if you think about everything he has in New York, he just said, "I want it, I'm going to buy it."
right.
He went
I
to
want
Atlanta
this-
and said, "I want a casino," and bought it.
Like her song. You
Went
like
to
my hair?
the
Do you
Vegas.
think?
Oh, I like
Bought it.
that. Buy it.
Yeah. That's exactly it. So it's safe to assume that when he left office, he literally looked around and went, all of the stuff that's in here, I want to keep. Bring it with me.
Send it to my $18 million mansion in
it's-
Mar-a-Lago.
It's so it's like, okay. If you could look, the room that I'm in right now is kind of like a cross between a playroom, gaming room thing for my son and my office when I need it. He plays video games and stuff on the computers up here, but everything else up here is like basically his. And there is shit up here that he hasn't touched in like 7 years. And I'm going, we need to get rid of all this. And he's going, no, I can't get rid of that. That I had that when I was 6 and I love that thing. And I'm going, you haven't touched this in forever. Why do you want to keep it? Because it's mine. That is Trump. It's mine. I'm keeping it. So, yeah. Biden, however, I have a different theory on because Biden doesn't give me that vibe at all. Biden seems like the type of person that is going to take stuff because it has potential value to him later, informational value to use against someone or something to be able to basically better himself financially. if that makes sense.
I think he's just a dude that's being blackmailed for the rest of his life. He gives me blackmail advice. He goes and gives money to that bully, even though he's not supposed to. And everyone's like, why? And he goes, well, just because. Oh, these people are like, look at Hawaii. Hawaii. You know, we don't talk about Hawaii anymore. No
Did
one
we
talks
ever
about Hawaii
really-
anymore.
Did we ever really talk about Hawaii? Like that whole thing lasted like 2 days. And then it was back to
You mean until The Rock pulled the stunt that he did?
Yeah,
and
The
got
Rock and
canceled?
Yes.
Oprah.
in Oprah, yes.
And then you've got
That is such a we're just gonna only donate $10 million, $5 million of each of our monies, and then we're gonna ask all you poor people in the States to send money to help the people. Bitch, you own half the fucking island. Why don't you fucking give some money?
well, and then the
I
whole-
would love to have Oprah money. If I had Oprah money, I would have fucking said, here's a check. Go for it.
well,
Fix your shit.
and then the whole skit that he did about the child raping robot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about
I-
that.
Yes.
Yep.
It will touch all the children.
And
What?
then and then Jason Momoa came out and spoke out against it, and he also
Oh, Jason
opened-
Momoa fucking roasted him.
Oh yeah, and then he came out and he said, no, if you want to donate to the families of Hawaii and make sure that the money is going towards their relief, this is the Venmo, GoFundMe, or whatever he had set up for the money to go directly to.
See, Jason Momoa is from the islands.
Correct.
So it's
I thought
It's
Dwayne
different,
Johnson
like-
was too.
no,
Mm-mm.
he's from San Francisco. Like his family of like Samoa, he's from the Samoa that are from those areas. But no, he never actually grew up on those islands.
Wait a minute, I've seen Young Rock.
No, fucking
I remember at the beginning they were on the island along with Iron Sheik and Andre the Giant.
well, that was them
Uh,
like touring. Oh my god! I guess I don't know.
You know, the young Rock when he's running for president and being interviewed by the guy that played the dad on.
God, I hope he does
no.
not run for president.
Born in Hayward, California in 1972 of a Samoan mother and Afro-Canadian father, Dwayne Johnson grew up in the small town of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Damn, he's like
Nowhere
he grew up like
close
a
to what
few
he's
hours
saying.
from where I live.
So he was born
Holy
in
cow.
California, but he grew up in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
He has resided
Well, I guess that
in Honolulu, but he did not grow up there.
means you can't believe everything you see on a sitcom then.
Oh, you don't say.
It's not The Office, man.
Parks and Rec, come on.
I mean, it could be like Scrubs. That would be an interesting life.
Oh. I got to interview a couple of the writers from Scrubs. That was awesome. They said they had so much fun trying to come up with the bits. Like, here's a serious thing, so how are we going to make it funny?
Still today, my favorite show, if you're looking for bits, is South Park, because the writers for that show, they're like The Simpsons, where they're ahead of their time, like where they can guess certain things, but then like they take it to a whole nother level.
Well,
Like look
and
at
they get-
Cartman and the transgender thing. That happened way before the transgender movement was going, and I was like, I would have put a bow on my head, and I'm just calling myself a woman and going here. I'm like, oh my god, how wrong but right that fucking skit turned out to be.
But they do that with everything.
Did it with Scientology.
They did it with Scientology. They did it with COVID.
Yeah, they did with COVID.
And the great thing with South Park is their production speed is so fast on there. Because I like how Seth MacFarlane put it. He was on a late night show, and I stole this for a lot of stuff when I'm talking to people. But because South Park, like basically did like a diss of Family Guy. And then they said, well, is Family Guy going to fire back? And Seth MacFarlane goes, so here's the thing. South Park can come up with an episode, write it, and have it produced in like 2 weeks. For us to do that, it takes us like 8 months. So here's them, firing a, M16 at us while we're still loading our muskets.
Yeah. No, yeah, because Seth MacFarlane, when they do Family Guy, they do like almost all the episodes
Yeah.
in one table sitting, where South Park does it week by week by week by week.
Well,
by
and
week.
they now they're mostly computer animated.
Yeah.
But even originally, they were actually just stop motion, move the characters.
God, I hate it. It was great. But it was like, man, that has to suck.
Mm-hmm.
That so has to suck.
Well, you know the story on how it got started, right?
I think it was a joke or a bet or something.
No, it was Matt Stone and Matt Parker were had to make at film school. You have to make a thesis film, which is like a film, covering, that shows what. Well, they didn't do it. They give you like 2 semesters to do it, and they didn't do it. And they said, "Oh shit, we have like less than a month to come up with something and make it." So they literally cut a bunch of stuff out, put it on popsicle sticks, and moved it across, and came up with South Park.
And it was called Jesus versus Frosty.
It was
South
Jesus
Park
versus
began
Frosty.
in 1992 when Trey Parker and Matt Stone met in their film class at the University of Colorado at Boulder. They made a short subject animated short called Jesus versus Frosty. The short movie had characters that were all similar to the main characters in the present day South Park.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I learned something new today because I never really went into the history of the South Park creators. No, I wasn't really looking forward.
Do you
to
guys remember Basketball?
I do remember the movie Basketball.
Oh my god!
You never saw Basketball? Oh my god!
Oh, she doesn't know
the
the joke about Pam Anderson, or no, it was Jenny McCarthy. Jenny McCarthy, what was it? Sucking the chrome off of his hitch of his truck. God, I ruined that joke.
You did.
But it was funny because she was supposed to be like the dumb blonde, and so she would take things really literally. So one of the guys that's her boss said, "Well, why don't you come over and suck the chrome off my hitch?" And then the very next scene, she comes back and she's got a hitch from a truck, and then a bunch of chrome all around her mouth, chrome-looking stuff all around her mouth, and she goes, "Here you go, I did it." Are you gonna find some scenes from it?
I'm trying. The dog wants me to find him too.
Yeah. Oh, you got to find the one at the beginning, near the beginning, where they're going through the panty drawer. All right, I'm gonna look.
Oh boy, now I'm gonna do all that. Reviving Legend. Good Lord, so many clips.
Oh, they don't have it on YouTube? What?
You better make sure your spelling is correct because it always likes to change to basketball when it's basketball.
Oh, it did change it.
But, you know.
Oh, here we go. Okay. No thanks. Get off there.
Man,
all right.
you got to catch the cult classics, you know.
Reamer, come in here. Check it out.
I forgot he was drinking out of the.
Dude. Oh, I am so jealous of you. Oh, yeah.
Excuse me.
Brittany.
What are you guys doing in my mom's room?
Oh! 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 Oh!
Get out of here.
Oh, jeez.
Derp. He took it with him. If you realize that, he took it with him still. Like he was being disgusted, but still took the vibrator with him. Yes.
Ugh.
Oh God.
Yeah. It's okay. My kid saw clips of Waiting, and he wanted me to explain that movie to us. It's it's
Oh God, the scene where the person sends the food back made me never want to send food back ever.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh.
I told him, like, this is why you don't piss off the people who who mess with your food. So I mean, if it's like a general error, like, hey, like something happened, I don't know if you did it or what, but can we have this fixed?
I don't know. Here's it's from a trailer, but
McCarthy.
I finally got all the chrome off this for you.
Robert Vaughn. It's nice. Very nice.
You want me to start on this one?
so that's the
That's Jenny McCarthy.
That's Jenny McCarthy.
I just think she's married to a Backstreet, or not Backstreet, New Kids on the Block.
Really? I didn't know that.
You didn't know Jenny McCarthy was married to
After Singled
Donnie.
Out, after Singled Out, I don't know what the hell happened to her. Like she dropped off the face in like 2005.
You weren't looking.
No.
And
but yeah. Oh, and then I made the mistake last year during hunting season. Me, my dad, my nephew, and my son were up at the cabin, and we have Roku, and we're looking for something to watch. And I go, "Oh, Team America! This is hilarious. Let's watch this." Mind you, my nephew and my son are 11.
Yeah.
I completely forgot some of the scenes.
Oh yeah, those are some inappropriate scenes for their children.
Yeah, there was.
Have you seen Team America, Cat?
Oh,
now I feel old. I feel really old. Come on.
okay. Back to
All right, your
YouTube. I'm gonna
homework.
try-
Your homework is to watch some old movies.
I mean, I've seen a bunch of old movies, just not the ones y'all are listing.
Team America trailer.
You've never heard of Team America?
Okay. I'm bringing this up in a second.
Team America World Police.
I'm bringing up the trailer. For those of you that have not seen it.
God.
Gary, I hate to break it.
I think they made this on VHS too.
On the brink of disaster.
I don't think so.
World crime is at an all-time high. And the only thing standing between order and chaos is us.
Yes, they're marionettes.
Oh, no, thank you.
Oh no, but you.
Terrorize this.
And just what does this have to do with me?
Last week in Paris, we caught 4 terrorists with a weapon of mass destruction. We have to find out who sold it to them. Our only hope is to have somebody act like a terrorist. We need an actor. And they say you're the best.
I've got 5 terrorists going southeast on Bakalakadaka Street.
Soon every country will be in complete chaos.
Bakalakadaka.
The world from falling apart. And so you see, the new world is inevitable.
It's what?
Inevitable.
One more time.
Inevitable. Things are inevitably going to change.
One team must pull together.
All right, let's
Waiting
go.
for the song.
It's too soon to be having feelings for you.
Maybe feelings are feelings because we can't control.
You know what I like is how this doesn't actually tell you how bad the movie is. Like for
Oh, it's a
kids.
terrible movie.
3 more cities.
Terrible fucking movie.
Like it's hilarious, but
into mankind's finest hour.
There's too many of them. This isn't about sex, Gary. It's about trust.
All right, let's make this interesting.
Kia!
yeah. So that's the very sanitized version of the movie. There's like a there's a
missed
whole
the
scene like
song.
right at the beginning when they go to recruit him, and he's like fine, but you know, can you only put one digit in my ass? Like he's like, we're not here to finger your butt, finger your asshole. And then the part that like I'm like, oh, I need to skip because there's like a whole marionette sex scene that goes on obnoxiously too long and too graphically.
This is the most best song ever. If
My
it was,
son still sings this.
America! Fuck yeah! Come out again to save the motherfucking day, yeah!
What?
America!
There was
Fuck yeah! Freedom is the only way down.
it goes on for like 3 minutes. I figured I'd play just a
Yeah,
couple
it's
seconds.
literally
of it.
the same thing over and over again like
Yeah.
that.
No.
there's something else that uses that song, and I can't think of what it is.
No. That is where that song came from. It gets
I know
used
it's where
everywhere
it
else.
came from, but that's what I'm saying. There's something else that used that song, and I don't know what else used it. Get down.
Uh-oh. But-
Yeah. So not sure how we got here, but yeah, so that's Team America. Don't watch it with your kids or your dad. Because you're gonna feel
Unless your
very,
your cat needs to watch it because she's never watched it before ever. She needs.
I'm not watching a movie with marionettes. No.
Why not? Are you afraid of marionettes?
They creep me out, yeah.
Okay. When we bought our house, we found one of those like old like 20s or 10s porcelain dolls in the closet. And I
Burn
was
it.
like, "Yep, that's
Burn
got to
Burn
go.
it.
Yep.
That's just
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
that's
That's
gotta go.
possessed.
That's gotta go.
possessed. You can't even just get rid of it. It'll come back. You have to burn it.
Oh no. I mean, yeah. I
You
mean,
have to
yeah,
release.
it's-
You have to salt it and burn it.
Oh no, it dude, the fire that we had when we first moved in turned green. So that's where
That's
it
the
went.
souls escaping. That's the souls escaping. You have to salt it and burn it.
That was like 5 years ago. So yeah.
I'm still waiting as I'm like redoing like parts of my house little bit by little bit. Like I'm gonna pull up one of my carpets and there's gonna be like a big giant pentagram underneath. I'm waiting for that because my house was in 85 or 82 or 80 something like that. So yeah. Like there's no way in like 140 some years that people didn't die in this house.
It's possible.
But
It's okay. Like, did anyone play the Powerball? My wife made me go play the Powerball when it was like over $1 billion. It's like,
oh,
man, I'm gonna do
yeah.
it, and I'm not. And there's very few people I'm gonna tell in this world that I got it.
I'm not lucky enough to play.
Yeah,
You're not
to
lucky
me,
enough to
I
play.
would just,
I
would
won
just
$4.
I would just be giving money away. I don't even win that. Like, to me, that would just be like an idiot tax for me.
Right.
I'm being taxed for being dumb. That's what playing the lottery is for me.
I mean, I try. It's like voting. I try to get what I want out of voting. Sometimes you just don't win.
And then sometimes in 2016, you watch Donald Trump win and then watch on Facebook as all of your friends lose their shit online. It was kind of fun.
I can't tell you the number of people I had to defriend because of it, because they were whining and crying and literally like just throwing a tantrum over the fact that he got the presidency.
I had a lot of people oddly defriend me. Like, I don't defriend people no matter how bad they are, but I have a lot of people that defriend me.
I've had a lot of people that Jason's actually helped me. They would bring up a topic on Facebook, and then I would have like a laundry list of people telling me how wrong I am. And I'm like, that was like the level of stupidity that we've become. And then like you would chime in and then be like, okay, at least I don't got one person behind me fucking trying to fight 8 other people.
Yeah.
But goddamn, I don't miss that at
There
all.
was that one time I like kept sending you screenshots from somebody that eventually it just got to a point where they were getting so mad at me that I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna troll this guy now. And like it got to a point where I started like talking like outlandish stuff. God, I wish I need to go back through our texts and find them.
Good Lord. God,
because that was like
Lord.
a year or two ago.
It was something. It was retarded. It was ridiculous. And all.
Yeah.
But speaking of ridiculous, let's get into the nuts of this because we're getting short on time.
And this has been everywhere. This has been the whole news cycle for the last week.
It's
and
amazing.
Understandably so.
And what's amazing though, we see more of this war than we've ever seen of the Ukraine-Russia war. I'm sorry. You would think with the way how social media just abrupts, we would know more of what's going on in Russia and Ukraine other than what we're just told. But this is ridiculous. I mean, it's even here in the States of how many people are supporting Palestine and Hamas. So everyone has to remember Hamas is a faction from Palestine that wants to get rid of the Jewish.
But they run Palestine. That's the thing.
That's the problem.
Hamas is the political leaders of Palestine.
Correct.
So for anybody that says Hamas is not Palestine, they are. They were voted in. Now, whether they were legitimately voted or not, they still run the state of Palestine.
Here's the thing everyone keeps forgetting. Palestine used to be the Ottoman Empire. Ottoman Empire was, if we really want to go back, you have World War I and World War II. They were on the side of Germany. And we all know what Germans wanted to do. Germans wanted to fucking eradicate the Jews. If you're going to tell me that the Holocaust didn't happen, then we're going to have a different conversation.
Well,
but there's still the eradication of the Jewish people.
Yeah. It's not just, people say that, they're against Zionists, they're against it. No, they are against the Jewish people. And I will say this right now because I don't post this shit on my Facebook page and put like banners around my face and stuff, but I stand with Israel on this. Israel has been attacked so many times. They fought in 1948 to be able to have the land that they have. They have given, since the 90s, early 90s, they have made how many concessions to the Palestinians?
Five or six different attempts. And in the beginning, it was, you have to remember that whole section was a British colony. And the British came in and said, okay, fine. Here's your segment. And it was like 80% of that whole area was going to go to Palestine. All that was going to go to Israel, those that are Israel, were fucking a small portion of Jerusalem and like around it.
Yeah. Don't forget, you cannot in Jerusalem, you cannot pray at the Temple Mount if you're a Christian or a Jew.
Correct.
Now, if you're Muslim, you can. But if you're a Christian or a Jew, you cannot. So this whole thing with them bombing Gaza and people standing with Palestine and calling Israel apartheid and all this stuff. this is not true at all. This is all propaganda. The Palestinians, Hamas, know that. That's why they put the stuff out. That's why they tell their people. That's why they put their bunkers underneath schools and hospitals and apartment centers and stuff like that, and then tell their people when Israel tries to tell them, hey, we're going to bomb this in like 45 minutes. You got to move. And Hamas is telling the civilians, no, don't move, because they want the carnage. They want to be able to show
They
the
want
carnage.
the collateral. They want to say that it's collateral and all. But look when it first happened. Look what happened in New York. That same night, there was a big, giant Palestine rally, and all. And it's like you have, and the thing is, New York is what a huge chunk of New York is Orthodox Jews.
Yeah,
and all. You know, they're all afraid. We got a letter. Oh, my wife's sister got a letter from their school about if you don't want to send your kids to school because of Friday the 13th, where they were threatening to kill women and children that day. And I said, one, I would like them to see them try. That'd be interesting. But this has gotten so out of hand in this time, in this world, and you would think there's not a bigger play, because the way things are escalating, because now they state they have United States civilians as hostages.
Oh, they have civilians from the U.S., Germany, Thailand, Canada, the UK.
We just sent 2 aircraft carriers. United States.
From what I heard, SEAL Team 6 is on their way.
Oh yeah, like the SEAL. No, they're on the aircraft carriers. So SEALs usually travel on carriers. We sent the Ford and one other one, and then someone reported that A-10s are on their way as well, and I was like, well, something's just about to get erased. If you don't know what the A-10 is, the A-10 Warthog. It makes the infamous sound of burp. That's it. It's a gun with wings. But I know we've had
kind of like if Florida Man decided to make a airplane. Well, remember that TikTok? It's like we're gonna put so many guns on this that they're all gonna go off at once, and it's gonna be ran on Red Bull, and as I'm drinking Monster.
Right. Well, I mean, the shells for the A-10 are about as big as a Red Bull can. But also they have the Sky Wardens there. They're flying out of Poland, I think. I think that was the report. But if you don't know what a Sky Warden is, it is the Air Force's armored version of a crop duster plane. And it's very maneuverable, and it will fuck shit up, and you'll never know it was there. But the thing is, this could twist into a world war, and if it does, how fucked are we if we get sucked into this?
Here's where things can go south, in my opinion.
I do want to hear Kat's opinion.
Hamas
Kat's
is
been
to
quiet.
I've been listening.
Okay. Hamas in Palestine is in the Gaza Strip. That's to the south of Israel.
Correct.
To the north of Israel is Hezbollah.
Yep.
And there's really not much difference between them or ISIS.
And then you
ISIS,
have,
I think.
And then there's rumored Egypt is helping by using their supply chains. I mean, Israel's going after the supply chains right now with their Iron Dome.
Well, not only that, they shut off power and water.
Yep.
Which, again, makes it so, I'm sorry to say, everything that has been done for Palestine has been used by Hamas to basically screw their own people, and because they want to eradicate the Jewish in Israel. Not just we want Israel back. We want to eliminate all of the Jewish people in Israel. What was it? We sent them so that they have their own aquifer.
Yep.
So they weren't relying on Israel. The U.S., amongst other countries, sent them all of the piping and tools and everything to drill into their aquifer so that they could get fresh water and remove waste away from the aquifer. What did Hamas do? They turned them into fucking rockets to shoot at
Yes.
Israel.
Did you see how they were using paragliders to get over the wall? They
let me
used
look.
fan-operated paragliders to get over the iron wall, and they hit the wall in I think they said 29 spots
So
along
this is,
the wall.
Yeah, this is the at the music festival, and
Oh yeah,
at some point here you'll see them coming along with paragliders. So
they shut the music off because everyone's now like noticing something is going on.
Yep. So they're being pushed along by security there, which security wasn't much help against the insurgents that came.
They're in a Subaru. Why'd you get out of the car?
Oh, if your car can't go anywhere, you run. By the way, anybody that says that this didn't happen, and that's the thing that's pissing me off about these protests and these people online saying this is all propaganda from Israel. This does not look like propaganda.
Fucking throwing on a belt, making a makeshift tourniquet with a belt.
You can hear the gunfire going off in the background.
They got tanks.
But originally, I'll have to find it. There's video of them dancing, and you can see in the background
Where they're flying in.
where they're flying in.
You know.
So
This is the
I
thing. It's
mean,
like Israel hasn't done anything wrong, and they're just a nation of people. Like I swear to God, they get targeted all the time. But
and
then
the thing is what drives me nuts is the I don't know, the people online are, claiming that they're as bad or they're worse than Hamas because they retaliated with bombs and basically said, hey, you attacked us, you killed men, women, children, babies, you raped and violated people, and we're going to retaliate by turning you into rubble. Like, we're going to get you, even if you are underneath civilians.
But you have to remember, like, Israel has brought Palestine to the table five or six times about drawing up land.
Yeah.
And so we can say for a fact that
there they are.
That's them right there. Yeah.
Yep. People are dancing, and here they are coming in. This is at that festival. So,
I mean, it's just simply nuts and all, and it's not one of those things. Should we get
no moral
involved?
equivalent?
No,
there is no moral equivalency between Hamas and Israel.
No.
The way I put it, if someone came into my house and, murdered my family, violated them, I would do everything I can to wipe them off.
Well,
the earth.
think about the movie Law Abiding Citizen with Gerard Butler. That's exactly.
Oh, good
what
Lord!
happened.
This is a great one.
Yes,
That's a great.
That's exactly what
That's
happened.
a great.
And the thing is
Great
all these
reference with that.
people with all these people with the moral equivalency argument are making it sound like, well, if someone comes in my house and does that, that's what the police are for. That's what there's no police. There's no like higher authority you can go to for justice for that. You have to if you're Israel, you have to take it into your own hands.
Correct.
And, again, do I feel for the Palestinian civilians that were not part of that? Yeah, because they weren't a part of that. But at the same time, they voted them in. Hamas has ran them for what, 20 years now almost? And
It's like 27 years they haven't had a conflict. I think it was like 40 years since they haven't had a conflict.
But, so that's the thing. And, they intentionally wanted to break down Israel, not just militarily, but psychologically. That's why they attacked civilians. That's why they did it. All right. Here is a Hamas captured being interrogated, and I'll put the volume down low because we have to read what they said. So the interrogator tells this guy, tell me, what did they want to do with them? He's talking about the people that were kidnapped. And he says, have their way with them. He goes, what do you mean, have your way with them? Talk. Guy goes, I don't want to talk. What do they want to do with them? Dirty them, to rape them. And why take kids and babies? To rape them. That
I would erase them for that.
So, and that in itself, like, especially in countries like that, they still believe in the old
ways,
the virginity thing, if you will. Like, if a woman is violated, then she is not worth anything. She can't be married off. She's lost all of her innocence, like everything like that. So that's one of the highest, like, regardless of where you are, it's disrespectful, it's wrong, but it's on a whole different level in countries like that.
Right. The thing is I think a lot of people make the mistake that they think the way we do in the West.
And they don't.
They don't.
They're still abiding by ways and beliefs and laws that are centuries old.
Yeah.
They haven't,
and not updated.
They haven't grown. They haven't made, advancements like we have over here. If you think about it, America is one of the youngest countries in the world.
Yeah.
But we are the most advanced, and that is due to wartime. Unfortunately, you have to think our country has only excelled as fast as it has is because of all the wars that we've been in, all the fights and the accolades we've had to strive to come and win. I know people that are Vietnam vets are still saying that we won that fight, even though they didn't call a winner.
By a lot of estimates, had it not been political and we pulled out like we did in Afghanistan,
we would have won that fight.
Just like we won Afghanistan, but then we had an idiot president that just decided to pull us out, and then they took right back over. Same thing they did in Seoul. But the thing is, that's what they want. They want to dirty them.
Mm-hmm.
They want to make it so that they can't be married off. They can't be.
They're ruining the value of their people.
How horrific. How awful of a person, though, to say we're going to kidnap people so that we can.
I understand they're
we can sexually assault them.
Oh,
we can sexually, so that we can sexually assault them. Whether they're doing it to dirty them or not, they're sexually assaulting them. We're talking not just women, we're talking children and families. barbaric. It's disgusting. I can't even say that they're unhuman. I don't know what to call them. And this is what all these protesters, like the ones at Harvard, need to see. Yeah, I'm hearing the Star Spangled Banner.
I was like, I hear it. I'm like, it's Cat.
Is that you, Cat?
Oh, the football game's on.
Okay.
I was like, I'm sitting there. I'm like, Jason. I know everyone's looking at my eyes like, what is he think? I'm like,
I'm
I
talking
was like-
so.
I
What
was
I'm
like-
saying is so amazing. I get background music.
It's so patriotic. That
It's
you
so
get background
patriotic.
music. Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh my God. I was like, man.
Um,
Ryan goes, and of course the Germans are growling because we have German shepherds.
oh, this is a bad time to be funny.
I know,
Oh,
but
so-
you know, we were talking about making light of the situation so it didn't
I
seem
know.
so harsh. And thanks, honey, you did it.
Thanks. All right. So,
But okay, so do you have tests or anything, Ryan?
hold on. I think I do.
Well, and
Well,
so
yeah,
before you-
I have the thing
before
with
you get into
Harvard. You
the-
saw the thing with Harvard, right? Harvard students came out and they protested and they were standing by Palestine. So a big New Yorker came out and said, "Fine, I have all their names. They'll never get hired." And then the school had to be like, "We're not a part of this group." What? Like the school actually came out and said, "No." No. Think
What were you gonna say, Kat?
So, and re-referencing Vietnam,
yes.
if you think about the difference in the protesters now and the protesters for Vietnam, the protesters for Vietnam were against the war in general because our soldiers were labeled baby killers.
Yes.
Right.
You are now, in a sense, advocating for rapists.
They completely are. They are advocating. Okay,
What makes it?
they are advocating for.
Right.
Go
So
ahead.
if you look at that downhill track of our morals and ethics as a society, like
Yeah.
we protested a war, which I can understand the Vietnam protester side, but at the same time, they weren't looking at the big picture. And that's a sensitive subject for me because my dad was in Vietnam. And but comparing them to comparing the protesters now that are justifying the actions of these people that are kidnapping women, children, violating them, it's absolutely disgusting that that's what our society has become.
This is what they're advocating for. These are the victims of the people that they think are right. Ah. That's not even the worst. There was videos that I saw that has now been removed or sanitized from the internet.
Yeah, a lot
One-
of the stuff from New York has been taken because I remember there was one girl like in there, and the thing is they had signs that says LGBTQ for Hamas, and I'm like,
Dude, they would
that's-
throw you from a building.
I said, wait, that's ironic because they will kill you.
Yeah, they will literally. That's a part of their thing is if you're gay, LGBTQ, they will throw you from a building. I don't know what it is with buildings and throwing them, but it's a thing that they will throw you from a building. And
Because one of them was holding up their phone and had the Nazi symbol, had the swastika on it while they were being filmed on the news. And I was like, That's exactly correct. They were on the side of the Nazis during World War II.
And so the video that I wanted to show, but I can't because I believe in showing unsanitized. You saw the dead body there. When I worked for the news, we made it a pact. We never showed dead bodies. We never show, all of that. In this case, we need to show it because people need to see it. They need to feel uncomfortable. And because they need the reality of this.
Yeah, but
And one of them that I found, and I didn't save it because I figured I would still be there, but I was wrong, is of a girl who was in the back of a Jeep, and the Jeep stops. Guy gets out, grabs her by the hair, pulls her out of the Jeep. As she gets out, she's wearing a pair of jogging pants, and the whole crotch and butt area is bloody as she's walking very uncomfortably, and they put her in the front seat. There's only one reason that you have blood in that spot. Only one reason.
They took it off of Ben Shapiro's thing. Ben Shapiro posted the thing where they had where they found a child like turned into ash. Then they were trying to say it was AI generated, and then it was a big whole conspiracy thing.
They come up with all these conspiracies because how else do you make yourself believe that these are the right people, that these are the good guys?
My thing is,
there is no moral equivalency with this. There are good guys and there are bad guys. Hamas are the bad guys. There is no need to intellectualize and try to argue. Hamas are the bad guys.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get a disagree out of it, but the problem is that a lot of everyone wants to fight. Everyone wants to be on the side of one side of everything and all. And when most of those that think logically are like, oh yeah, we're on the side of Israel. And then you have the people that have just been wanting to fight and pick fights and everything. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to logically believe that Hamas is in Palestine are on our side. They were. The problem is they're just choosing a side just to choose a side without because somebody else is on the other side.
Well, they're doing that, and not to pick on Andy because he's not here, but I don't know if you remember our first year. I talked to Andy about that, and he even said, that Jerusalem are just as bad, and I'm going, Jerusalem, you can be Muslim in Jerusalem or in Israel. I mean, you can be Muslim in Israel. In fact, Israel's parliament is a Muslim coalition.
Yep.
You cannot be Jewish or Christian in Palestine.
No.
They literally have signs that say passing this point is at your own risk. Because they will kill you if you are in Palestine and you are Christian or Jew.
Yep.
That's the difference. That's the bad guys. And hopefully their actions, we talk about fuck around and find out. At this point, they fucked around, and I'm hoping they find out, because if they don't find out, it's going to be the cause of something even bigger, because then you're emboldening ISIS, you're emboldening Hezbollah.
So on this just got posted a few minutes ago in the New York Times. FBI announced that they are increasing other numbers, that they're getting an increasing number of threats in New York for both the Jewish and Muslim Americans, and Hamas attacks on Sunday, and that they'll reach out to all the faith leaders. And they've called all their officers off that are on vacation, everybody back to work, because they're stationing them. The fact that that war that's going on, that conflict is now spilling into the United States. Kind of has to make you think, why? Why is it even here? The last time a Muslim did anything to the United States, we fucking went into a 20-year war. And then we killed way more than what we lost on that day. And
you know, but even with that, I think so much has to do again with this administration, this presidency. Look what just happened not long before this with Iran. You know, you have the Biden administration that unfroze billions of dollars to Iran.
Well, they're supposedly trying to refreeze it, supposedly.
Well, but he unfroze it. It shouldn't have been. And we know, we have intel that Iran helped fund and plan this attack.
And there is a rumor that Iran bought our weapons from Ukraine. Whether it's full, someone passed it out as a rumor, so I can't verify it. And if that's the case, I mean, if it's true, then that means we just supplied Hamas with our weapons.
And even
but
more
if it's
than
not,
that,
I mean, gotta hope that it's not.
If Hezbollah and ISIS and Iran get into this conflict, Iran is going to bring Russia into it because
it's going to be
they're besties. It's going to bring China into it because they're besties.
Then it's going to be North Korea. North Korea's already
North Korea.
Yep. You know, it's sad when Kim Jong-un called out Biden is going to cause World War III. I was like, oh, fucking Rocket Man's causing a fight now. This is great. But
because Biden does not understand the concept of peace through strength.
No.
That is how we've had the amount of peace. It hasn't been great, but that's how we've had the amount of peace that we've had.
We've had
most of our lives.
We had no new conflict while Trump was in office.
But even with with Obama, with we had quite a few actually under Obama, but with all of it going back to Reagan's idea of peace through strength works.
Oh yeah, I mean he doubled the size of the military while everyone was looking at the stars,
and there was a long time my libertarian viewpoint said, why are we the world's police? Why should we police the world?
Because if we don't, then shit goes into chaos.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
All right. So let's get some final thoughts in before we wrap it up, because holy shit, this hour and a half went by really quickly. So Kat, what is your final thoughts on this situation?
Honestly,
it's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. It's a lot to process. It's a lot to think about. It's a hell of a lot to talk about. I mean, putting aside protesters over here, just knowing what is going on over there, something's got to be done about it. Whether we step in, somebody else steps in, someone bombs somebody, like I don't know, however it pans out, something's got to be done, or else it's just going to continue. It's kind of like the bully that you ignore.
Yep. My final thought is very similar to that. You cannot let something this atrocious go unanswered, and it has to be brought back down on them tenfold.
Mm-hmm.
You have to send a message to anyone else that's even considering trying something like this, that not only will they be dealing with Israel, they will be dealing with the UN are a bunch of pussies, and they should be backing up Israel and flooding that area and hunting down and taking out every single Hamas member, every sympathizer, anyone that's helping them, getting anybody that's still alive that was captured back, because there's a lot of intel that they're systematically murdering them. The ones they don't keep for slaves. And
Send Liam Neeson
we
in.
need to wipe Hamas off the map. Not let it be like Afghanistan, where we drive them into the mountains and they can hide out and regroup. We need to send everything in there and wipe them off the map so that there is not one member left.
I'm for erasing them. My final thought, yes. Thing is, we all know where the United States is going to get involved. They drove us to a point to where we had to get involved. As soon as it was announced that we had civilians over there, because you have to remember, a lot like come of age Jewish members, they get a ticket to Jerusalem when they are 18 for their ceremony and everything. So we have a lot of our own there. And I will give this administration anything to say that they're sending those two carriers over. The carriers aren't alone. They just say they're alone. The carriers don't. Carriers are a part of the fleet. So that means there's two fleets going. When we talk about the fuck around and find out, I mean, this is going to be a stick that's going to hit the ground, and they don't know what's coming. The thing is, yes, Hamas is not as technologically sound. They're going in guerrilla warfare because half the shit they have is under tunnels. That you can't tell me that's not brilliant in its own mind, that they're like, oh, you're not going to know where our roads are. So we just need to erase them. This is done. We got rid of all the Nazis. We've tried all the Nazis, all the ones that are left, probably hiding in South America for all I fucking know. But this has to stop. And all they were fine for a period of time. They stayed in their corner. Israel stayed in their fucking corner. Everybody was fine until they decided like get a bug up their ass. So now it's our time to remove the bug and just call it a day. That is my thought on it. But
And I'm sorry, anybody that supports them in the US or anywhere else, you're a piece of shit.
Take us home.
And on that,
This is Fire Talk Radio Podcast, and you can check us out at firetalkradio.com. You can email us at firetalknetwork@gmail.com. You can send us a voicemail at 814-380-9820. You can always check us out live on YouTube and Rumble. Hit the like and subscribe button to find out when we go live, and subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting and streaming platform.
We can only count to four. We can only count to four. We can only count to four.